What's up, guys? Welcome to A Restar's Life. My name is Chris. I go by Daily Refinement online, and in today's episode, I'm going to talk about one thing that I did to help me go from $30,000 a month in sales to $45,000 a month in sales. So let's get straight into the content. Please smash the like button. Consider subscribing if you like this type of content. So here it is. What changed mindset-wise for me to get to this level? And it is realizing that I actually don't need fancy stuff to build a great living on eBay. If you look at my store, there's 10,588 items in here. Most of them are just common clothing items. Of course, I do have some home runs in here. As a reseller, part of it is treasure hunting and looking for amazing grails, as we call them in the industry. But again, when I was selling grails, I really only had 500 to a few thousand items in my store because they're hard to find. Common items are not hard to find. By definition, they're common. So I'm just doing the best job that I can listing them. I would say that my pictures are above average. I take more pictures than the average store. I have a better title than the average store. I have measurements that are more accurate than the average store. I have favorable shipping terms. I have 30-day free returns, which most people do not do. I have a description that's more detailed than most people are. And I think when you add all that together, I'm just a little bit above the average, and eBay recommends my listings a little bit more than the average. So nothing is fancy about this store, and you can make a healthy living with $45,000 a month in sales, I think even in California. So you really just have to consistently list and grow your store. And I put this in my guide here. So bit.ly/reseller instructions is a free document that I'm making right now, going over all the things that I found in building an online store. And you can stop by here every single day, and I'll have updated it with the newest information that I have. I'm going to do the best I can this year to not repeat myself. So that's why I'm doing this new document. I feel like it's a little bit easier to manage than a website. So stop by here and look at all the different resources, including this episode is based off of The One Thing, which is a book that I think is extraordinary by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan. This book changed my mindset from thinking that everything matters to not everything matters equally. When you're a reseller, listing and sourcing matter the most. You don't need to sell anything fancy. You just need to consistently list items into your store. That takes time to develop the habit. And it's really just, Benjamin Franklin said that your success is just your bad habits, your bad habits subtracted from your good ones, right? So if you develop a really good listing and sourcing habit, you ship on time, you have great pictures, good title, good description, favorable shipping. I ship same day, and I have 30-day free returns. That's pretty favorable for a customer. If you just do the right things, over time, you're going to build a store that's awesome. So in this book, I've included a link in the spreadsheet as well. There's also a guide that was written by Jay Papasan and his wife as a kick-ass guide to your couple's goal setting retreat PDF, which is free, and I've included in the document as well for you to get to. In here, this literally changed my life because it made me realize how little I know financially. My financial education was severely lacking. My parents had debt every single day of their entire lives. They never got out of it. And I don't want to be like that. And I realized there's a lot more to it. There's more than just earning money. You also want to have great relationships. You want to be in great physical shape. Gary Keller is a true specimen of a person. He's worth 9 figures, so he's worth over $100 million, but he's in peak physical condition. His idol is Jack LaLanne. Jack LaLanne is not from my era of fitness idols, but I recognize who he is, and he almost lived to 100 years old. So Gary Keller has amazing health, great relationships, and he didn't start that way. He was at a job where his boss literally started flirting with his ex-wife, and he lost his wife and his job at the same time. I mean, this is like a terrible thing to happen to him personally, and he came out of that, built a 9-figure business, the largest real estate company, I think, in the world, Keller Williams. Amazing physical shape, great relationships. He has breakfast or lunch with his kid, and if you want to have a lunch meeting with him, you have to go with him with his kids. I mean, there's not a lot of business people who would make that sacrifice just to make sure they put their family first. It's incredible looking at this You look at the key relationships in your life. What do you want to do with your marriage, your kids, your extended family, your friendships, your business, your savings? I didn't know any of this stuff. So this has been truly eye-opening. I have done this now 2 years in a row with my wife. We take the entire day to do it. It explains that the night before, go on an awesome date with your significant other, have some great food, get some good rest the next day, go through this. It takes a long time, and it's actually quite painful to go through all these different things because it's really exposing. You go over your net worth, you go over all of your expenses, you make a budget. It's hardcore. You go over your job, your aspirations. And honestly, I have never done this in my entire life until I recognized this guide, and it's free. Gary Keller is just helping millions of people fix their lives for free. Okay, so there are good people out there. You gotta basically seek people who are helping you build something amazing, and not just people who are flexing fancy stuff on the internet, because that's not going to get you anywhere. So make sure you take some time and read people who've already done what you're trying to do. So I really do think the one thing that what this book is based on is the best approach to getting what you want. Figure out what you want and do the one thing that gets you closest to your goal. So for me, on my YouTube channel, my goal is to help people be abundant, grow an online store. What's the one thing I could do for you the most? I could actually just inspire you to strive excellence, right? Look to be excellent at reselling. Be great at sourcing. List items to the best of your ability. Understand your specific niche. And you've got to be amazing, guys. There's so much competition. Okay, so just take your time, get really good at it. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Please smash the like button, consider subscribing. And honestly, the thing that's most mind-blowing about this store right now for me is that nothing in this store is fancy. It's all common items just listed above average. That's it, except for I have 11,000. I've done it 11,000 times, and this store is huge. That's the only difference between my store and anybody else listening right now, is literally just the size of the store. There's nothing fancy in it. So again, I appreciate you guys' time. Please smash the like button. Consider joining my paid Facebook group with Tech and Sports. As difficult as it was for me to get to 11,000 items, he has 29,000 items, and he didn't even hire anybody until this year. Okay, he was running a 20,000 item store by himself for 12 straight years. Used that capital to build up a real estate portfolio, and now he's running that Facebook group with me. It's called the Resellers Podcast. Here it is right here. We're posting coaching. We just picked up Ashley Hustle at Home Mom. She is coaching on Thursdays. So our goal is to add a new coach every single week. And people are talking about using virtual assistants. People are talking about accountability, which is really a major part of this. Make sure that you list every day. This lady just barely started. She has just 40 listings in her store, and she's building up. She already has 4 sales, which is actually tremendous. You can get in here for the motivation, get in here for the inspiration. People can ask questions about here. What kind of printer should you use? You can get those quick answers. This is a paid group at patreon.com/the Resellers Podcast. Now there's over 500 people in it, so it's really growing fast. People are leveling up, and we're probably going to cap this group. I'm not sure at what level, but it's been incredible so far, learning from everybody and realizing that you really don't know as much as you think, because there are people selling every single category in a different way. I would say there is enough for everyone, but not all doing the same thing. Okay, you all have to add value in a different way for it to work. You can't. There's not enough room in the market, to be honest, for everybody to be doing the exact same thing. You got to separate yourself from the crowd, offer something a little bit different. And in my case, it's just offering the widest selection of the category that I am in, which is essentially just men and women's workwear, which doesn't even make sense to me right now because people aren't going into their office jobs. I can't believe this stuff is selling. I hope that this situation that we're in ends soon and people go back to the office, because I feel like it will do even better. So again, appreciate you guys' time. Smash the like button. Consider subscribing. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.